Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
It's warming up, folks, and about time to turn on your AC unit and cross your fingers. Or you can give up that moment of truth and switch to an American Standard heat pump system like I did. My place is on Comfort Autopilot thanks to American Standard. Energy efficient and reliable, my heat pump keeps things cool like the Arctic in the summer. And with energy incentives, I was able to save. Ready for the future of comfort? Learn more at americanstandardair.com/electrification.
Tired of sifting through countless supplements? Unsure of what's actually effective? Introducing Legion, the choice of over 800,000 discerning fitness enthusiasts. With all natural products, clinically effective ingredients, doses, and hassle-free money-back guarantee, you can achieve your fitness goals without the unnecessary guesswork. Say goodbye to wasted efforts and hello to results. With Legion, you don't need supplements to build muscle, lose fat, or get healthy, but the right ones can help. Visit LegionAthletics.com. Go to LegionAthletics.com to get 20% off your order now.
Welcome to the Men's Room Appy Hour, broadcast exclusively on Odyssey. Let the shenanigans begin.
Hello, Charles. Welcome to the Men's Room Appy Hour, episode number 9, available exclusively on Odyssey. And the Odyssey app, but you already know that. That's why you subscribe to the page and got the automatic download. Beautiful Friday we have here in Seattle.
Gorgeous.
Hopefully you have some plans over the weekend to get out there and do a little grilling. Maybe pick up some Men's Room roasted red salsa from San Juan. Get yourself a bag of chips or some Men's Room beer brats, or at least the Men's Room IPA from Black Raven, and enjoy the sunshine. Get outside.
It's a good sunshine beer.
Do some grilling. Do some barbecue. It's a great, easy drinking summertime beer.
Yeah.
If you have not had it yet. So we'll continue to give you as many locations as we can. Big news here in Seattle. The President of the United States is in town today.
Hooray.
And the good news for us, he's staying right across the fucking street.
Hooray.
At the hotel, blocking
This whole road shut
the
down.
road and the interstates and all the things. And no one knows where he's going. So in other words, they
Well,
can
that's kind
say,
of the point.
Avoid I-5 at this time of the day, or don't go here, or don't go there because he's going here, or traffic's going to be heavy here. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you any of that shit.
Nope.
They just basically, they sneak him in, and then he goes and he gets his money, and then they sneak him out of town.
Right. Yay.
As long as I can smoke, I don't fucking care why you're here.
Yep.
That's the end all be all.
We're
Good
thinking about
fucking
it.
for you.
Thing is, I got to make my way on down to the airport and fly out this morning.
Oh, that's a pain.
You should be okay.
I hope so.
From where you're coming from, you should be just fine.
I mean, the guy's in town. I got to get the hell out of here.
Well, I don't think he's flying into that airport.
I'm aware of that.
Typically,
I'm just saying
they
in general.
fly into Boeing Field.
There's going to be a lot of traffic that I'm going to have to run through. I suppose I could just get on the light rail, but doggone it.
There you go.
Yeah.
If he did land at SeaTac, he's still waiting for his baggage.
Yeah, no
So
kidding.
nothing to worry about.
Right. At one point in time,
We know you're the president, but we think we accidentally sent it to Phoenix. They don't fucking care.
I can't remember what grade I was in, but we were in the social studies class that I was taking at the time. We were doing presidents and presidential history.
All right.
So just in general, all the presidents at that point in time, you studied a little bit about each and every one, learned a tidbit about them, moved on to the next. At this point in time, the Republican nominee for the presidency is coming into town, Ronald Reagan.
All right.
So our teacher arranges our class only, because typically with field trips, it was the school or that grade, all or bust. You went to the orchestra, you went to the symphony, you went to a play.
All 28 of you.
You know, you went to a museum, whatever the deal is. But in this case, it was a smaller class. So we got to go to this thing. And it was at an old field house in Clarksburg, West Virginia. And as kids, they wanted to get us as close to the president as they could. So we were beside the press and everything else. And I just remember I looked over, and this guy named Sam Donaldson, who used to be a reporter for ABC, I think he might have done Nightline before Ted Koppel. I can't remember. But either way, he's doing a stand-up in the corner. And I know this guy from television. Ronald Reagan is at the podium. He's getting ready to speak, and all I could do was look over and go, God damn, man, that's Sam Donaldson.
Sure.
So, I mean, I was mesmerized because Ted Koppel was there. Like, there was a bunch of people that came up from Washington, D.C. to cover this speech.
Sure.
And it was cool to be close to Ronald Reagan. I still have pictures of the event with my little camera that I brought. But I have more pictures of Sam Donaldson. I need to go and look.
It's him.
I know, for whatever reason.
Dude, when I was a kid, we used to go to the White House for the Easter egg roll.
Yep.
And same thing is like the president would be there. I think I was there when Reagan was there, and then maybe
Did
the
you
first
see
Bush.
him? Do you see him out on the lawn?
Yeah.
Okay.
But same thing. There was players from Washington there. So there was a defensive lineman named Charles Mann. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
same thing. Like as a kid, I didn't really care about the president.
No.
It was like, oh man, there's athletes
This
here.
is the chunky soup guy.
Yeah, I mean, if
I'm
you're a
pretty
kid,
sure
the
he was-
president is some boring piece of shit that you have to hear about in school.
Right.
Sam Donaldson is a motherfucker I took the time to watch on TV. God knows if there's an NFL football player there. Look, I could take my kids to see Joe Biden today. If a Seahawks showed up, kids will not give a fuck about Joe Biden. They will not give a shit.
That's
right.
At all. And look, I'm going to be honest with you, man. You know, I'm an old man. I got to watch the news. Things are fucked up. But if DK Metcalf shows up, I'm turning my attention to DK.
Yeah,
I really am.
Okay.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
who is,
Sorry.
All right. So Ronald
Also,
Reagan.
just real quick, Miles. I passed it. So those guys were all in D.C., those old school news guys.
Yeah.
So I remember once passing over. He's just eating a cup of soup and was like, hello, Sam. And he's like, hello.
yeah.
Hello, Sam.
But it's just weird because it's like he's not at a function. He just worked downtown in D.C. and he's just sitting there eating a cup of soup.
He's also in charge of covering the president or the press corps or whatever that is. So he's on the plane. They take a bunch of guys with him, and that was just part of the crew. But I mean, he was doing a live report, and at this point in time, I'm like, that is so fucking cool. I don't know what it was. It was just so. Who do you guys think? If you look back at your life so far, and you've been like Ronald Reagan was a famous president. He did a lot of things. He's legendary. I mean, I don't know that his politics have maintained what that party is now, but within that party, he's thought of as a god. Where you look at the Democrats, I don't think Clinton is thought of as a god, or Obama, or any of these guys. I mean,
well, there's no cult of personality.
Correct.
It's just a
Maybe-
fucking dude you put there to do the goddamn job we got.
maybe
to do,
JFK
right?
was the last legendary guy. But either way, who do you think that you've been in the presence of that is like, even if it's whether it's cool to you or just culturally just an icon? I've seen the Rolling Stones. We're going to go see them on Wednesday night. Now,
Yep.
Mick Jagger or Keith Richards, you could say, wow, that's an icon. I've seen, and I'm just speaking of music because I'm thinking of concerts. Elton John, that's an icon. I saw Jerry Seinfeld do stand-up at the Paramount. He is an icon. Prince at the Showbox, that's an icon. And at the MCI Center in Washington, D.C. But as far as being in the same room with someone, one way or another, even if it's an arena,
Sure.
who do you think is the most impressive person that you've seen live?
Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, just period. 'Cause it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what country. Everyone knows who he is, and everyone likes him. And we had the very rare opportunity to hang out with the dude twice. Is he my favorite person on earth? No. Do I like him a lot? Absolutely. I mean, he's not my top of the mountain, but it's like
Right.
Ozzy Osbourne. No one doesn't like Ozzy Osbourne.
I
Everyone
mean, that's the
likes
only
Ozzy
autograph
Osbourne.
I've ever gotten in studio.
Right, because we tried to do a professional cool where you say, hey, man, like you cannot believe this motherfucker standing there. But like, dude, don't ask for his autograph. Ozzy, it's like, fuck it. Ask for his autograph, right? But I mean, just, he's everywhere. He transcends everything. So whether he's your favorite or not, I go, man, as far as an icon goes, I think without question, you say, and when you say Ozzy Osbourne, nothing gets political. No one gets upset. Everyone just smiles.
Right.
you
So,
know?
okay, sports-wise, we saw Tom Brady in Germany.
Right.
Now, he was playing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but you're still seeing arguably the greatest player in the NFL in the history of the NFL.
I saw him down in Phoenix.
So, that's one. There was a point in time when I was living in Baltimore that my buddy, Scott, he got tickets through his company to go see the Wizards. And I was like, Scott, I want to go see this because, man, I have never seen Michael Jordan. And my uncle saw Michael Jordan play minor league baseball. He was playing for the Chicago White Sox minor league team at the time. And they were playing in Richmond, Virginia. And at that point in time, the Richmond team for a while, they had Deion Sanders. They had all these different guys that would go through the minor league system. So my uncle saw a ton of great baseball players just while living in Richmond, but he also saw Michael Jordan play. I never saw Michael Jordan. I'd never been to an NBA game. So I wanted to go. So we get down there, we go, and like anything else, even listening to sports radio, they don't know that Michael Jordan is going to sit that game.
Sure.
Not only did Michael Jordan did he sit that game, he didn't even come to the fucking arena.
Same.
He wasn't even in the building.
When I was on the night crew at the AFL, we all we specifically had to schedule it so we could all take off the same evening. We all bought tickets to the Wizards and same thing. He called out and wasn't even in the arena.
It's just like the Kevin Costner not posting up at the Yellowstone.
But when the
convention thing,
last
whatever.
year the Sonics were here, I went to see the Cavs play. Now LeBron didn't play that night, but at least I saw him on the bench.
He's physically there.
He's there.
Right?
Like Jordan, kind of like Miles. We were pissed. He just wasn't even there.
And he didn't play for almost 3 weeks during this stretch. I don't know what the deal was. They didn't release anything. It's just he wasn't playing. But that was the whole reason that people were going there to buy tickets, was to either see the guy on the other team or see Michael Jordan play. So that kind of stuff. Baseball-wise, I saw Barry Bonds before he became the Barry Bonds that we know. And then I saw Barry Bonds when he became the Barry Bonds we know. And I saw him actually in Giant Stadium, which was a pretty cool deal because I was in right field. That's where he hit a dinger. And there's also, it was just, whether the steroids or whatever, taking that all out of the equation, still a great baseball player. Probably, I don't know that I've ever seen, I've seen Derek Jeter. I've seen, Rodriguez. I've seen, I don't know who the best baseball player I've seen is. I'm not sure that I can pinpoint that one.
Yeah, I was Cal Ripken Jr. broke that streak of 21-31.
That's probably it.
And I saw, me and my cousin and my sister went because we were, teenagers, and there was a day game. So we were at 21-29.
Yep.
Which was pretty close.
Pretty cool.
And then acting-wise, I would say Paul Sorvino and Mira Sorvino. I met them once backstage at something.
Oh, right.
It was like an Italian festival.
Of course it was.
My mom got tickets, and then her friend was like, let's just walk through these hallways, and we ran into him. And both of them were super nice. And
Mira
at that point, I didn't know who his daughter was. He was just like, hey, this is my daughter.
Oh, really? You didn't know? Okay.
Odd one for me. When I was traveling last year, 2 years ago, something like that. I'm out at the JDRF auction over in Cleveland. I get up on Sunday morning to get the first frickin' flight out of Cleveland to get back home, and I think it's 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, whatever. So I get through security, and I get all the way over to my gate, tag it, make sure that I always just like to tag the gate every time I get to the airport. And as
you got to check before you go get a beverage.
You do, right?
Agreed.
And so now I'm
man.
going to go hit up Dunkin' and go get myself a coffee and a donut. And as I'm walking away, there's this one dude who's walking at me, and he's got gray hair. He's kind of got a gravelly face, and he strikes me as familiar. I know who this guy is, and I stare at him uncomfortably. I stare at him for a second because I know who this guy is. I honestly thought that he was a car dealer. But after I walked by him, I didn't say a word to him. We locked eyes for a second. I nodded, and I just kept on walking. I was like,
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
I had so many ideas to add to my journal, but would forget by the time I got home. Then I found Zinnia, the app that easily helps me record special moments and ideas, track my goals, schedule self-care moments, and document things that matter most. Zinnia makes creating content and ideas across screens so easy. Zinnia has so many cute journal templates, habit trackers, to-do lists, weekly logs, and more. I use my iPhone on the go and then switch to my iPad to edit, add photos, and draw. Then I can add directly to my socials. Download Zinnia on the App Store today.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic. With 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors: pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas. Boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
I know who that guy is. And then by God, I went, that was freaking Ron Perlman.
All right.
Yeah. Hellboy, Sons of Anarchy. Oh my God, why are you in Cleveland at 6 a.m.?
Because God hates
I tell you what, you would be surprised how many people you're around at the golf course, depending on where you go and play.
You've said a lot of people that you've run into at the golf course.
Last time I went down to,
it is kind of it's the most famous golf course. I mean, they had an open there.
Right,
So, I mean, if you play golf
yeah.
and you come to the Northwest, you're going to play Chambers.
You're going to play Chambers Bay. I played with the guitarist in, the Counting Crows. Whatever. But I played golf behind Bryant Gumbel, which I thought was weird at Bandon Dunes.
Right.
Last time I was, because he was a nice guy, all very short. I couldn't believe how short he was. But he's lost a lot of weight. And, when you see him, you're like, holy fuck, that's Brian Gumbel. So I had the conversation what I always have with Ted about this guy, and right to his face, and he laughed, and his buddy laughed about the fact, like, man, if you're interviewing me,
it's bad.
I've either really, really fucked up, or I did something and overcame some crazy odds, which means something really fucked up happened to me anyway. I said, like, you're never going to do a happy interview. And he's like, well, that's kind of what I do. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know, but still, like, if you're talking to me, normally the shit has hit the fan. And then last time I was down in PGA West, which is in Palm La Quinta in California, I'm at the turn, and they have a little stand on the outside where you can grab a hot dog real quick or a sandwich or a wrap and, a couple beers or whatever. The guy in front of me is taking fucking forever. And he's getting like 3 or 4 different things. He's got a sandwich coming and blah, 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 blah. I'm just grabbing 4 beers, 4 shots, getting in the cart, taking the hell off.
Right.
The guy turns around. He's got his hands full. He's got 3 hot dogs in his hands, 3 fucking drinks. He's juggling the whole thing. And he turns around. He looks at me, and I'm like, holy fuck, Dennis Quaid. That's what I said. And he's like, get him straight. He walked right by me. And I was like, and that was the interaction. He was playing a different golf course than I was because they have 3 or 4 of them there.
Dear God.
Like, holy fuck, Dennis Quaid. And he looked just like Dennis Quaid. He didn't look old. It's like sunglasses and a hat
Take it
on.
down
like,
3 Glizzlies.
Yeah, you're Dennis Quaid.
Huh?
So that was a weird one.
One of the early days of dating my wife, I took her to a Seahawks game with my sister and my brother-in-law. It was against the Eagles. I remember that, and we got there early enough to where we saw the raising of the 12 flag, the 12 flag, right? And it's for the most part, it's somebody who's somewhat important to the Seahawks organization, to Seattle, and it's usually like lower level. This guy overcame this, or it's this person that was the administrator for this or whatnot. This time it's like, MF and Chris Pratt gonna come out here and raise up their 12. It's like, oh my God, it's Chris.
My daughters used to babysit their baby boy.
No kidding.
Because the what is her name? Shit.
Anna Faris?
Anna Faris's parents live across the street from my kid's old home in Edmonds.
Damn.
Right? So it's at the end of this cul-de-sac. It's on top of a hill. Based on their schedule and stuff, the kid would be dropped off for basically a weekend at grandma and granddad's house. Mm-hmm. So they were in Hollywood doing shit or filming stuff or whatever. So that happened quite a bit. Obviously, the grandparents don't mind taking the kid the entire time. But if they wanted to go out and just run and get dinner or whatever the deal was,
grab their ski poles and walk into town.
My daughters would go over and my daughters would go over and watch the kid. So they sent me this picture one time. It's like Anna Faris, Chris Pratt, and my 2 daughters. At their house, like, outside where they live, taking up. I'm like, what the fuck? I did not know any of this until they sent me the picture. I'm like, where the fuck did you meet them?
Right.
And they're like, well, Dad, the street. Anna's mom lives across the street, her and her husband, and I've met them before. I'd met them because, again, they're at the end of a cul-de-sac. So when I go to
pick up my kids, drop
my kids off, I just, it was never brought up.
Right.
And they see me, I'm like, holy fuck. And now I see this kid, he's got little round glasses on. I don't know if you've ever seen him, a little blonde-haired kid.
No.
Oh, yeah.
He's a cute kid, man. But apparently he was easy. You just went over there, and he was always asleep. I guess he was pretty young.
Nice.
They didn't have to do much more than change a diaper here or there.
Yeah, you're right about the Dennis Quaid. I'm trying to think. I have been caught in that situation before. You're just shocked to see that person there, and you just go, hey, you're whoever. And they're like, yeah.
But I blurted it out like, oh, fuck, Dennis Quaid. Because in the meantime, what I'm thinking is, how much fucking shit did this guy order?
Right.
Like in my brain, I'm like, hurry the fuck up, man.
Come on, man.
Like seriously, because we got to move. I'm at the fucking turn. I gotta get back up to the 10th green.
I mean, I will say, I've been in other weird spots where, like, do you know who Cameron Dollar is?
No.
He was kind of famous, played at UCLA, and then he was coaching basketball. He's the head. He played for the Bruins for basketball, won a national title. He's the head coach at Seattle U.
Oh shit! Okay.
I didn't recognize him. I'm just at a party where the conversation turns to basketball and rap music. It won't shock you. I got involved, and I got some strong opinions. And this one guy, we're going back and forth, and then it turns to sports or whatever, and this and that. Then finally, he goes to get a refresher on his cocktail or something, and my buddy goes, that's Cameron Dollar, the head coach of Seattle U. Why are you arguing like X's and O's with him? I'm like, shit, didn't know.
He's a moron.
Right? Like, this guy doesn't know shit about him.
I'm going to get my team together and scrimmage your fucking shit. Last weekend, Mike, I played the guy behind me. He was supposed to play with us, but he showed up late. But that was fine because he got a caddy and his girlfriend was with him. Is the guy that the Seahawks Sam got from
Sam Howell.
Sam Howell from
Washington
Washington.
for the Commanders.
From the Commanders.
Fuck, that guy could hit a golf ball.
I'll bet.
Yeah, man, there's you would be surprised at the pros that play there that you don't recognize. Just local Seattle. I've played with Kenny Mayne there. Played with Jerry Cantrell there. Played with It's just a who's who. Some people I don't know, like the hockey guys get out there.
Oh, sure.
I don't know who they are. I just know that I've never seen anybody hit a fucking golf ball like that before. Like,
hockey
if
players
Tanoff
are pretty
went out there, I'd recognize him.
Hockey players and baseball players are pretty famous for their golf games.
Baseball players, too, and I don't recognize them all. Except for the fact that their asses are fucking huge. The baseball guys, their asses are incredibly big. Mm-hmm. My uncle plays with, what the fuck is that guy's name? Old pitcher for John Smoltz, who's a great golfer. He's a member at my uncle's golf club in Florida. And there are like two other Braves that play out there. So, like, when you see these guys, they are 50-some years old, 60 years old. They're still jacked.
Still got those glutes.
They're still big dudes, and they're still muscular dudes. Right. And they look like they could play right now. You just can't believe how big some of these guys are. And the fact that their life is just get up, work out, play golf if they want, go fishing, go to the beach.
That's what I was going to say. Their lives don't slow down. Like natural athletes, they want to keep on moving. They want to keep themselves in shape. They feel better.
Well,
that way.
some are better than others as far as that goes. But
and I think you got to stay busy. If you play a sport at night, you got all day. You know what I mean? You need something to do.
Exactly.
Right? You might go get a light workout in or whatever. It's like, all right, we gotta go do something.
Right. Something.
We're not just gonna sit around all day.
Michael Jordan is famous for going to play 18 holes if Chicago had a home game, and then getting involved in betting. All right, with whoever he's playing with. Then he'll start smoking cigars, and he's feverish about this. And I've read stuff where he basically said, "Hey, if they're tied or anything like that, or if they want to push, or someone says, all right, fucking double or nothing, 9 more holes." And there were times where Michael Jordan, they said, he had already had 5-6 beers. Now he's having 4 more. Now he's having tequila. Now he's smoking cigars. And that motherfucker rolls up to the United Center a half an hour before the game and drops 45 and took fucking $20,000 from his buddy on the golf course.
Yeah,
before he
Jordan's
left.
different.
I mean, because the guy's like, don't you need to be at the arena? He's like, we're playing 9 more holes.
I got this.
He was one of those dudes. Like, no,
I do like that he's just blatantly ripping beers playing golf.
Yeah, exactly. Smoking cigars, doing shots of tequila, then puts on his shoes and goes out and drops, fucking 40 against Reggie Miller. Whatever the fuck. All right, there you go, man, on the Men's Room Happy Hour. Hopefully you will enjoy the weekend and get a little sunshine in, and thank you for joining us for episode number 9.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, enjoy the sunshine, and when you see someone, be sure to tell them, go fuck yourself.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
Welcome to Nada Yada Island.
This season on Nada Yada Island.
When we were new, they spoiled me. They even gave me a phone. But then, it's like I didn't exist.
Don't take yada yada from your wireless carrier. Now with Metro, get that new customer feeling again and again. Introducing Metro Flex. Free 5G phones when you join, same deals as new customers when you stay. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Just bring your number and ID and sign up for an eligible plan. After 12 months, trade in and get our best deals on select devices.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic. With 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors: pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
Nerds! Today's episode is sponsored by NerdWallet's Smart Money Podcast. Ready to expand your financial game? NerdWallet can coach you on smart strategies like choosing investments, finding your next credit card, and setting a budget that works for you. Score major points towards your summer vacation by learning expert tips for choosing a high-yield savings account and how to build wealth by investing in index funds. Slide into summer with smarter decisions in 2024. Follow NerdWallet's Smart Money Podcast on your favorite podcast app. Future you will thank you.